Hi, everyone, and welcome to For the Love of the Map. I'm your host, Julia, aka Sweet Tea.
I'm your host, Marla, and together we are your non-stop connection to everything supernatural.
With 2.5 years of experience and over 8,000 combined workout sessions, we test it all so you can get right to the fun.
Good morning.
Good morning or afternoon or whatever it is, wherever you are.
That's right. Or wherever people are listening. Hello. Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome.
Welcome.
So, today's a big day.
It is a big day. We've been waiting for this day since like day one.
Since day one. Exactly. It was the for sure topic we knew we wanted to discuss. Yeah. So, do you know what I want to talk about today, Julia?
You want to talk about the eclipse.
I do kind of, because that happened yesterday.
It did.
On Monday of this week, which was, what is the date? Oh gosh, Marla, come on.
It was the 7th,
the 8th,
right? The 8th?
No, yesterday was the 8th, Monday the 8th. And I traveled about 3.5 hours to watch it in totality. And it was such a rad experience, once in a lifetime experience. I've seen lots of partial eclipse, but never the full thing. We were able to take off our glasses for 4.5 minutes. Like, we were in the best location. It was awesome. I have video.
I'm
I have
so
pictures.
glad y'all got to do that.
Yeah.
It's
Middle
so
of
exciting.
nowhere, no other people, the way we like it.
That's right.
We drove down gravel road for like 30 minutes. I asked Chris, where are you taking us? What are we doing? We were up in hills. It was nuts, but so much fun. Yes.
And I hope everyone still has their eyeballs about them. You know,
please.
Hope nobody looked at it without your special glasses. I got to go out and see. We got to about 85, and then we had cloud cover when we were at 90. So couldn't really see it at the max for us in Virginia, but I did go out. I was I wish somebody had taken a picture of me. I'm standing on the front porch with my latte, with my glasses on, looking straight up in the sky. People were driving by. I'm sure they're like, "Oh, the lady."
That's so awesome, though.
That is not what we're here to talk about today.
No, it is not. But do you know what we are here to talk about today? Or do you know what I want to talk about today?
I mean, I want to talk about it too. It's so exciting.
We would like to discuss the evolution of prose only flow from the very first one, which is called Prose Only Debut with Leanne. It came out April 2020. I want to start there, go through all 21 of the prose only flow workouts and the 5 prose only flow quick hits. And let's chat about, only 5. There are only 5. Only 5 prose only quick hits.
Well, to give a little context that to people that may not know, Supernatural started in April of 2020, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. So that's all the way to the beginning.
It is.
So
from the beginning.
From the beginning.
To the latest and greatest prose only flow, which is called Fusion Fiesta.
Yes. It's so good.
Yes.
Like, smack us upside our face good.
Unless we magically get a brand new prose only flow tomorrow, which would be incredible. Universe, please.
Well, and Marla is the prose only day person. So if there's a prose only that comes out, Marla's telling the world.
Oh, I'm going to scream it everywhere. I'm going to go into every track group, every group I'm in. It's prose only day. It's a big deal.
It's not that I'm not excited. It's the fact of Marla is up before the birds, the chickens, and all the people in the world.
Right.
So,
like, as soon as the new workouts come out, I will know about it.
Yeah. And everyone else will be waking
everyone
up
else.
right now. Wake up right now.
But then I've got to wait for Julia to wake up hours later, drink her coffee, and get ready to get in the headset with me, because we have a tradition. We have a pact. We do all prose only flows for the first time together.
We do.
And when did we start that? It was after Forget the Madhouse. So it was Bring Down the House, right?
Yes, Bring Down the House. And that one is just, it's really cool that that one is our first one together because it's so special, because that's when Twinkle Feet was, birthed. So
that's right.
Twinkle Toes. And we all have to do it at a certain part.
It is a certain
I'll
part
put the
in
video
Alani.
in. You're probably like, please don't put that video in.
Well, some of our friends turned it into a GIF, and then I think I have several versions of the GIF because it's got lots of different backgrounds, environments from Supernatural. They went ahead and put me in lots of different options. So now I'm a GIF, but it literally, even to this day, I think I've played that workout at least almost 50 times. And I still get that excited at that exact part.
Definitely. It was a pivotal moment too. And I mean, we were in there together and just experienced that whole thing. But when Alani came, I know we're skipping forward to Alani, but it's so special to us.
It is.
I remember you saying, I can't even talk right now. I'm going to be doing this all day.
Yes.
And I think we did.
We did. We played that workout several times that day. And then the next day went right back into it.
Yeah. It was our go-to for a while. We don't play it as much as we used to, but every now and again we're going back to the Bring Down the House. We
are so lucky that one of the 5 quick hits is from the workout Bring Down the House. And the very first song is Alani. And so we can go in and play that very first song as much as we want, as often as we want. And I'm still in awe every time I go in there, because I will say Bring Down the House is a huge pivotal flows only workout. And I don't know if a lot of people realize this, but it's when multi-lane started.
Right.
It's the pros only that brought what I like to call, and what I refer to is 3 portal magic, where 3 portals are open and targets are coming out of all 3. And it gets complex and it's beautiful. And yes, I'm obsessed with 3 portal magic.
And the scream that we screamed when we got to experience 3 portal magic for the very first time. Yes. And then now we have 5 portal magic.
Right. Marla. We do. I know. I just love it. It's the best way to bring in complexity. My brain craves it. Yeah. Sometimes I still can't believe I'm hitting those targets. Like how are we doing this? But anyway, let's back up.
Yeah,
let's back up. Yeah. Let's go all the way to the beginning, April 2020, to the very first pros only with Leanne. It was called Debut.
Yes.
We have played it. You have played it lots of times before me.
I have. Yeah. I've played a lot of the older ones, all of them more than once. I would probably say my least favorite are probably the body-centered ones, and then like Thrash and Thrive. And that's just kind of music-based for me. Mm-hmm. I mean, now, obviously, there's more reasons. But back then, when we had what we had, which was what we had. I mean, we knew no different then. A pros only release was just as exciting as the pros only release is today, and went in and just reveled in the excitement of what we got. And it was for me, I went into pros only as soon as they came out. The day they came out, they were just as exciting as they are when they come out now. But for you, that was a little bit different, I guess.
Oh yeah, I wasn't at pros only level. I wasn't even paying attention to WODs at that point in my journey. Mm-hmm. I was solely picking workouts based on music and intensity level.
Right.
So it wasn't for me until way later on that I started revisiting the old pros only. So the first real pros only that I was excited about getting into was Be My Ride or Die.
Yes. It's confusing because there's a ride or die. My ride or die. Yes. Be my ride or die. It's like,
Be my ride or die.
Keeping them all.
Exactly. That was the first be your ride or die is
Be
what it's
your ride or
called.
die. I have to
Yes,
look it up. Gotta look
exactly.
it
So
up.
there's always like these slight variations, but the pros only be your ride or die with Coach Rainier was the first pros I remember being super excited about, ready to get in, got in with a friend on a party, immediately got back in, wanted to get back in again, but couldn't because we were doing something else with another group of people. It was a whole thing, but it kicked my butt. It kicked my butt. But I remember my brain being so excited on that first song because some crazy patterns started coming in.
Yeah.
It was just an amazing, amazing experience. And then that workout ends with Ecstasy, which for me is an all-time favorite map because of the turning hits, the complexity of the spin hits.
The spin
And
hits.
our friend Julie calls this specific move the supernatural hand jive. Because your hands are, oh yeah, because your hands are going over each other. And oh man, I love it. I still love it. It's still good.
It's one of those moves that all of that is coming at you at once, and you're like, for just one moment, you're like, what do I do? But you
Right.
turn your brain off and you just let your arms do what they need to do. It
Yep.
figures it out. And I, from the very beginning, was always like, how did I just hit that? You know, we
Yes.
have that. That happens a lot, especially when we experience something for the first time in a pros. We're always like, how was my brain able to do that? You
Yeah.
know, so we say that a lot. And that's one of those hits. Now, this workout for me, I don't know if I've ever told you this. I didn't like it.
You didn't like it at
In the
all?
beginning, I did not like this workout in the beginning. But I
Spill
really
the tea.
think
Spill it.
I know. Well, I think it's because we got at that time complexity that was new that I was
Yeah.
kind of like, I don't know. So I had to like play it a few times
Yeah.
and then I left it alone for a while. But I think for me, the windmills, this is a very windmills were, this was the
Yeah.
windmill workout. I mean,
This
if you
was
want to
the
call it
windmill
something.
era, if you think
Yes.
about it. It's when windmills really started becoming a thing and we were
Yeah.
seeing them more often, but this pros only, they were very heavy in the whole thing, especially the first song. So you're right.
Yeah.
And they were different.
Really they were in there in a couple of the songs. And so I had like, I used new muscles, and for some reason in my brain, usually I'm like, oh, I'm sore, and that's I love that, and I want to go back and do that again. But for this one, it was like almost a frustrating feeling for me to be sore because of the windmills, and I just didn't realize. I've gone back into it now for the fun, and I've changed my brain because, like I said, the pros onlys were what they were. Not a bad thing. I don't want
Right.
to say the old pros onlys were bad. They weren't bad. They just were work. There were more
They
targets.
were
They were
work.
go in and work, and this wasn't that. It was like so different. It was the first
Right.
like really fun pros only.
Fun.
So in my brain, I didn't see pros only like that yet.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, wait, you're supposed to get in here because pretty much all the ones before that are you've got a million targets coming at you, not much complexity, lots of targets, and it's
Lots of
just
density.
lots of density, lots of you're squatting. Like I played one the other day just to review. It was the Absolutious with Leanne, and I don't even remember the 6 plays I had before I played it last week. It was all front facing,
Yeah.
lots of squats, lots of battle ropes. So when we got a pros only, the older ones, it was in my mind, okay, we're going to the gym, we're going to do hard things. It was never, I never
Oh.
associated pros only as anything that you could dance, have fun. So I think when I got in there and that happened, it was like a whole,
Yeah, you had to do
speech jam situation.
you had to have a whole mindset shift.
I did.
And I know we've talked about it before on the podcast, but especially for Julia, when it's new, it takes her a minute. She doesn't like it
does.
when it's new.
I don't.
So you were probably like, why is everyone so excited about this workout? I don't get it. I don't see it. Why are y'all into it? but it's because you were so used to the idea. You had like blinders. Pros only had to be get in there and do really hard work with zero fun. Because I'm sorry, but that's really, when I went and did some research, well, when I knew we were going to do this episode, as episode 11, when I realized that, I went back through the catalog and started playing all of the old Pros Only Flow so that I could speak to them. I had played them all before, but I really didn't remember them. And I agree with Julia. They are all work. Like my mind, my thoughts were taking over. And I was like, oh my gosh, my legs are burning. Why are we going back down? Why are we going back up? Like, why are we still hitting up, down, over and over and over again?
Yeah.
And still standing one way. However, it was a workout. It was a workout. And that was the start of what Pros Only were, you know? And so here comes the nerdy part of me going to come out. I am a Star Trek fan, a big Star Trek nerd. And there is an episode that is one of my all-time favorite episodes. It's called The Blink of an Eye, and the starship gets stuck in the planetary orbit and time is different. So they watch a whole civilization from the Stone Age all the way up and past Enlightenment, past, the space age, all of this stuff. And it made me think about how supernatural choreography can relate to the different ages. But I only want to talk about Pros Only Flow today and the ages of Pros Only Flow. And in my mind, that first workout debut all the way up to right before Thrash and Thrive, the Pros Only a Call to Arms, because you mentioned all the body focused ones. Like there was a gluteus one, there's an abs one. Those were really intense. Those were just
And no spins.
No spins.
Like now I notice it, but
yeah,
when I went in there, I'm sure when they were released, it didn't even occur to me. But again, I was in a different headspace of, we weren't talking about choreography then. We weren't even friends then. I didn't even know you then.
Right.
And so when these came out, before we started really talking about choreography, I saw it in a completely different light. So
yeah, it's pretty interesting. So I consider those first 5 Pros Only up until Thrash and Thrive, like the Bronze Age of Pros Only Flow, because it's the invention, it's the start, it's the, hey, let's sit here and figure out what it means to be Pros Only.
Right.
Let's get in here. And Supernatural is a workout app. So let's get in here and make them work by listen to good music, have the coaches encouraging you. It was the start of intense workouts, right? Mm-hmm. I will be honest that I will not play them again. They were not enjoyable for me. And I think it's because I come in there with the lens of, 2024 Pros Only, which is completely different.
Completely different.
Yeah.
Could you imagine having something like the last one that came out, the Fusion Fiesta, given to us just randomly in 2021 or 22? Like, we would have been like, what happened here? You know what I mean?
Right.
It's so out of place. So the journey that Pros Only has gone on it's really, and if anyone here listening loves Pros Only, I encourage you to go on that journey.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to do them all, but they're under collections in order under Pros Only. Just, grab a couple of them here and there and go through them. And it's very interesting to see the changes.
The evolution. You can clearly see, going back and experiencing them in order, you can clearly see the evolution of Pros Only, and so after the Bronze Age, and then you go into Thrash and Thrive. Once Thrash and Thrive starts, you kind of get more spins. You get a little bit of complexity, some different new hits for the time. But again, it's just super dense. It's super dense. And it almost feels like you're going hard to just go hard, which that's a workout, right?
Yeah.
You know, that's a workout. It is a workout. It makes my shoulders so tired. But I'm with you. I am not a fan of that genre of music. So I will do any workout, no matter the music. Yes, I'm looking at you, country. If the choreography blows my mind.
Yeah.
And then I will learn to love the music for the choreography, or I will learn to tune out that music. But those old pros, I couldn't do that. Like I can't go into Thrash and Thrive and do it without having all my thoughts take over, being distracted, listening to the music.
I think what changes it too is there's some songs in Thrash and Thrive that have been remapped into some new pros only. So you know now the potential of what they can be versus, you know, again, at that time, that's what they were and that's what they knew. But now what it could be versus, you know, then it's just stark. Stark difference.
It is a stark difference. And it's cool to think about and to go back. Like we suggest, you should go back. If you're into pros only workouts, go pick out a few to compare, you know, spend a week playing a few of them on different days so you don't kill your body. And just get in there and play with them because it is so interesting to watch the progression. You can clearly see it. And bouncy bass, that one I would consider kind of Iron Age along with Thrash and Thrive. In bouncy bass, there's some really great foundational hits and combinations. Lots of movement from portal to portal.
Yeah.
It was a little bit more interesting, for a lack of a better word, than previous pros onlys. You know?
The first song, is it Collard Greens?
Yes.
So choppy. And it's like, is this song ever going to end? But what made bouncy bass famous in the supernatural community, because of course when this one came out, I played it the first day, Ghost Train. And I loved Ghost Train then. Like, I just wanted Ghost Train. Like, we were screaming always, quick hit, give us the Ghost Train and a quick hit so we could just play it, you know, so we don't have to go all the way to the end to get to it, which the songs are good. They're pretty good in there.
Yeah.
But that Ghost Train had everyone talking. But now that I've gone back and played it, I'm like, ouch, my arms. Insanity with all the targets coming at you. So.
Also, after Bouncy Bass, the first Super Monster pros only came out.
I love this pros only.
Yes, with Rainier. It is a good. I've played it several times. It's very great for points. It's like parties. Yeah, it's great for parties. It's great for points. It's like over 2,000 points for the whole workout.
Yes.
The music's. I like most of the music, most of the songs in there. Yeah. However, when I compare it to other pros, it is what makes it a pros only for me is that it is super high intense for the duration from start to finish. And it's a monster. So it's long.
It is. This is one that I used for a long time to measure my endurance and measure how I was doing, you know, physically. I'd be like, all right, it's time for the pros only Super Monster, and I'm going to see if I can beat my score. This was one that I did that with. I haven't played it in so long. But.
Isn't one of your all-time favorite songs and maps in this workout and only in this workout, or am I thinking wrong?
In for the Kill is my favorite song.
Okay.
And you will find that in the pros only. Is it in the debut and then the pros only Light It Up? Maybe I know it's in 2 or 3 I think it's in those 2 pros onlys. But in that one, my favorite song in that one is Going Down for Real.
Well,
It
yeah, it's
was
like one of the
the
later.
hardest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it on the Great
Map
Wall of
to map.
China?
It
Look, I
is on the
remember.
great. Yeah, the location.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the locations in this one. So
Because that map isn't in another workout. And if I remember correctly, you're always like, I wish they would have made that one into a quick hit because you can't find that map. You have to go through 10 songs to get to it.
and we have a lot of different variations of going down for real,
Right.
but the way that it is in the Super Monster map, it's really
Fun.
fun.
Yeah, I
And
remember it being fun.
yeah, and I wish we did have it other places, but
Yeah, it would be
that's it.
cool.
It's the only place. And you got to go through all the dots to get there. All the dots.
So after the Super Monster Pros Only comes Underground Grime. Now I'm going to be transparent. I have only played this once and I didn't finish it. Didn't I partial out of it? Didn't we play it together? And I was like,
We
I
played
can't.
it
I can't.
together because it's one of
Yeah.
my older favorites, and I love underground grime, if I could say it right, because of the song "Hype."
Oh, okay.
And I don't know where the song is. It's been nowhere else in Supernatural, but there's something about that song and the mapping in it that just gets me seriously hype. But yeah, we partialed out of the last song, and I think the last song is longer, and it just kind of goes on, and you're like so done.
I was like, yeah, I can't do this anymore. I gotta go. Thank you.
Yeah. So, and I think what hurts sometimes is when Leanne's like, we're halfway through, and you're like, okay, that felt like a whole song's worth. We still have a whole half of a song. So just to find out that, yeah, it's not over yet.
Right.
That one, it's a tough one, but I would say, to be honest, on Underground Grime, it was also a very popular one in the community because not all of the songs, I think it was a little bit of a step down. Like I feel like Hype could definitely be a high flow map in today's maps.
Yeah.
A lot of the maps in the older ones, I mean, you could say that about a lot of them. They are definitely not on the level of pros that we have today. Yeah.
This gave me a thought about something that I've wanted to also talk about on the podcast. And I think this is relevant in this episode. Is how you and I categorize intensity. So obviously we all know there's lows, mediums, highs, pros, but Julie and I often say a low plus or a medium plus. And I think it's only natural that the intensities sort of evolve over time. Like, so you were talking about the first pros only, and now we go back and we're like, oh, that's kind of like a high now in today's standards. But like you've been here for 3+ years. I'm coming up on my 3-year anniversary. Could you imagine if we were still doing pros only at that intensity level in comparison to what comes out now? Because I feel like we've grown and we've evolved with Supernatural.
We have.
And we're learning and we can
Yeah.
keep up with these complex patterns and movements. We still need to be challenged.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I get that new users join all the time and people needs to be inclusive for everyone at every athletic, whatever their athletic ability is. But the best way to do it is to train.
Yep. You're right. We preach about some training.
Yeah, we do.
We do.
Yeah. And
But
I mean,
yeah,
I spent months on the lower intensities. So, people who come in and complain about the new pro onlys being too complex, too hard. How do you keep your body safe? How are you doing them properly? Well, you train. I wouldn't expect you to be able to come in and do a pros only if you're only on a medium.
Right.
You got to progress and work on it. Anyway.
Well, I mean, you could go into a pros only if you want your medium to feel easier.
This is very true.
Probably
This
not
is
a
very
good
true.
recommendation, but hey, if you're struggling to get to high, just go into pros only and then bounce back to high. You'll be good. And seriously, that is a good way to move up. But I mean,
That's
I
funny.
go in and have fun, but it's true because the high will feel very slowed down. But
Yeah.
anyway, topic. But
So
yeah, I think that it's good that Supernatural is always giving us more and challenging us, like you said, because we need that because we would get stagnant.
we
I
would,
believe if we just kept doing the same over and over.
for sure.
So
I would definitely get stagnant. But after underground grime, why can we
you
not
went
say
country
that?
on me.
I did.
Oh, no. Underground grime.
The next workout is pros only power up. It's only 15 minutes. I always mistake that for a quick hit. It's not a quick hit. I don't know if songs have been removed.
A song was removed, I believe.
Yeah.
And I could be wrong on that, but I do think that I do think it was longer. This one was very popular. And forgive me, I don't have the song list pulled up in front of me of what songs were on this one, but the Power Glove song was the popular one on this, and it
Yeah,
has
I
a
could see
really
that.
fast side, a hit that comes at you that you get it somehow. It's another one of those like, how did I just do that?
Yeah.
And you like get the biggest sense of accomplishment. But it was also very popular workout when it came out too. So.
Yeah, that was wow, that was April 2022 that workout came out. Wow. So right after that workout, and I promise we won't stay here too long.
Just say it and go. Just say it and go. Move. Go. Say it really fast. What is it?
May 17th of 2022, the history of pros only is going to change on this
I was going to
day.
say a pivotal day.
It is a very pivotal day. It is very pivotal.
That day was filled with a lot of emotion
yes,
for a lot of people.
For a lot of people. And it would be, welcome to the Madhouse.
Welcome to the Madhouse.
Yes.
Wow.
The very first in the series came out that day in May 2022. So it's not that long ago, but when you look at this graphic of all of the pros only workouts, you realize it's right in the middle. Everything is about to change after this. Everything is going to change. I would consider this the first workout in the gunpowder age. If we were comparing the ages of choreography, that's where this happened, because for the time it was so into people thought it was a joke, right?
Yeah.
People thought it was a joke. I didn't do it the day it came out. I was not there in pros only land. My love affair with pros only had not started yet.
So when you saw it, what did you feel? Do you remember?
I remember being excited for all the people who were at that level and thinking, that's crazy. I hate that music. I'm not playing it. Y'all have fun.
Like it never even occurred to you to just like, well, I'll just go on the first song and like get out real quick if I feel like that's crazy to me. That's crazy. I remember being filled with fear as I pushed start. And I mean, obviously we can't talk about it too much, man. We can't talk about it too much, but there was Mark, how he was dressed. And
right.
It was like, what is happening? And
it was pivotal in the community. I remember
it was
Welcome to the Madhouse taking over my feed in the Supernatural community group forever. Like forever. That's all everyone was talking about. And so it was so exciting because it was the hardest workout in the library to date when it came out. It is still hard. It is super dense.
Yeah.
That was the start of some complex drum roll patterns. Yes. And that was the start of our drum roll muscles.
I was going to say, we found our biceps that day.
Yes, we did. That was
the next day we could not, well, you didn't do it, but the day after you did it for the first time. But that day, the next day, I don't remember. I should have gone back and looked at this too. Like, I know I did it on the first day, but did I just do it once? Did I do it more? Did I do it twice? I don't remember. I'll have to go back and look now because I've sparked my own interest. But
Right.
the next day, the arms were like, we're taking Motrin. We're sore all in our upper body. We needed help. But I don't think, and we'll touch on this when we have an episode just for itself. But
Yes.
if Mark did not get on there, and I think I've said this before, and make his video on the community and say, look, you guys, just get in there and have fun.
Yeah.
This is just fun. Which, down the road, somebody wants to make 100% accuracy club. We're like, ooh, 100% accuracy.
And that line drove me crazy because I was like, no, I'm in here for a reason. Yes, to have fun, but I need to hit every single target. Stop telling me to chill out.
Yeah, and this is the only one that I have not gotten 100 on. Other
Is it
than the
really?
Madhouse Monster. Yeah, I've still not gotten 100 on Welcome. Like one target away.
What's your nemesis song?
The Trooper.
The Trooper was my nemesis song too. In fact, I cannot tell you how many times I have gone to multiple chats calling the Trooper an a-hole because it stopped me from getting 100% multiple times. I did finally conquer and I burned that Madhouse down.
You did.
It is my least favorite of the Madhouses.
Yeah, but I think that it did make me appreciate Tornado of Souls.
For sure.
I had a real hate for that one because it was the last one. It was so long. It was so hard. It was really complex at that time.
Yes.
I mean, it still is complex. And I mean,
it's my
you're going in
favorite.
a real tornado. And now I just want to do Tornado of Souls. Like in the quick hit we got, spoiler alert, I want Tornado of Souls in that. And black metal.
One of my all-time favorite supernatural quotes is found in Tornado of Souls. And we promised each other we would not get stuck on Madhouses during this episode because we plan to dedicate some episodes to Madhouse because we could seriously talk about it forever. But anyway, we will put up Mark's quote here just so you can read it. We won't play it. You can read it if you're on YouTube. It's one of the best. It has made the most impact. I recall it in my memory when I'm doing hard things. And during that song, it's at a pivotal point where you could easily get lost in the choreography and get, miss targets or bonk targets or want to give up. But that, when he says, you reach inside yourself. I seriously reach inside myself and it gives me a second wind. And I'm like, I'm going to burn this Madhouse down. Here we go. 100%. Let's go.
No Celine Dion's here.
No Celine Dion's here. For sure. So anyway, I would say that would be the start of the gunpowder age because experimentation is happening.
Yes.
The huge experimentation is starting to happen in prose only land.
And we didn't know if we would get any more. Like
we did not.
Like you said,
we thought it was sort of a joke. It was like a one and done type thing.
Never thought that we'd see anything like that because Supernatural's always surprising us,
Right. And then right after that, it wasn't even like a month. It was like, well, okay, so it was a month. It came out in August, so it was a few months later. My bad. A few months later in August, we got the prose only Be Your Ride or Die that we talked about earlier. And we started to see some more complexity within the choreography in this set. Oh, man.
Unfortunately, there's a song that's been removed from this one, but
yeah,
it's still fun.
It is fun. I remember Numb. I still love Numb. And I still love Cola. There are so many. I love this whole set. This was the first prose only where the music spoke to me. I was like, oh yes, I want to do this simply for the music. You've got me hooked. Yeah, I don't really like prose only. They kick my butt. At that point, I had not been training for prose. I was only doing highs.
Right.
So to get in there and do it more than once on the first day that it came out was a big deal for me. So I personally did Be Your Ride or Die before I ever did Welcome to the Madhouse. It wasn't until after I did Forget the Madhouse that I ever went back and did Welcome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. You did them out of order.
I did do them out of order.
Some bad voodoo might come to you, ma'am.
No, I've corrected it now. I've corrected it now. There is no more. Nope. I've corrected it.
Oh, look what's next, Skip. We actually did joke before we started this episode that we were going to like put words over the pros onlys that said do not talk about, do not look at, do not just glaze on over. But what's next, Marla?
Forget the Madhouse.
And we were like, oh, another Madhouse?
Yes.
Ooh.
And I did that one the day it came out.
Feelings. This one has feelings, though. Oh, you did this one the day it came out.
I did this one super. Well, hold on. I did this one super early in the morning.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And then Julia woke up. This was before we had our tradition.
That's
not
true.
Till after this one that we had our tradition. And I made a post in the community. I remember I made a post telling people to go do it. I had the worst but best power score you could ever imagine, as expected in a Madhouse. I had no feelings about the score. I was just happy I made it out alive.
Yes.
It was huge. That was the first time I was like excited for a Madhouse, because I wasn't very excited for Welcome. But then I played it again with you a few hours later, and we played it together. I got to be in the headset with you to experience your first play. We recorded our audio and our gameplay and synced those together. So we have that for prosperity, which was awesome because you were hilarious during the whole thing to hear your first impressions. And then after we did that, we decided from that point on, every new pros only we would do together, because we just enjoyed the experience so much. Just me hearing you, even though I had already played it, it was just great. It was amazing.
We had to experience them together from then on, and we have. We have.
And so you said we have some feelings about Forget the Madhouse. What are those feelings, Julia?
Well, the first song is no longer with us. It's in outer space somewhere. Now listen. As of Saturday, this past Saturday, we had this song again that came out in a new high intensity workout. And so that sparked a lot of, hi, can we have our song back, please?
Yes, emails.
I don't know how these things work, okay?
Right.
I don't work at Supernatural. If I did, I'd be like, here's your song back. But
hit the button, put it back in the workout, please.
Our corkscrews, our spins, the movement. I am so thankful that you and I have gameplay
a recording
of us side by side of this song together.
Right. And the song is, for reference, maybe people don't know that this used to be in Forget the Madhouse. It was the first song. It's Queen of the Stone Age, The Lost Art of Keeping a Secret. And it was so fun. It was the best way. I can even just hear it. It was the best way.
First song.
Yes, best first song. Actually, there is a warm-up song in Forget the Madhouse.
Secret.
It's so good. If you always skip the warm-up, please don't.
Shame on
time.
you.
Yeah, please don't the next time you play Forget the Madhouse, because the warm-up song is so fun. It
gets you ready.
It really does get you ready. And then you would go from the warm-up song to the Lost Art of Community Secret. Now, that's just not there. So the whole experience.
Yeah, but I do like the 9 Inch Nails song.
It's not a first song, though.
On there.
Every time I play it, I'm like,
never call it the first song. We never call it that. We call it the second song.
We do. Even though technically it is now the first song.
I will also say, though, that this one I got way more excited for than the Welcome.
Well, yeah, because you knew you had played Welcome already now.
Yes.
And so you're like, oh, they got a second one? How crazy is it going to be now?
Right.
What news going to come from this?
In going in and trying to get the 100% accuracy, I also learned to love the last song in this one as well. So
it's funny that you say that, because when we went on our 100% accuracy missions and we're super focused on getting them on all of the Madhouses, I had to learn to love the last song too. And And there are a couple parts in the last song of Forget the Madhouse that are still to this day super complex. And like my brain is like, what? And if I haven't played it for a while, and I go back and play it, I miss so many targets. I'm like, how did I even get 100% on this? And I've gotten 100% on it a couple of times because we've played it for lots of events and lots of things. But that last song, I remember the day that workout came out, the very first time I played it, my mind was completely blown by that last song. I was just like, how can they do something cooler than this ever? Like, this is so cool. But then the next workout that came out after Forget the Madhouse totally changed the game. Totally changed the game. And I would consider this the Enlightenment age. You know, the fundamental groundwork has been laid from all the other previous prose only. And this is when new discovery, new things are happening. And it starts with Bring Down the House.
It does.
Specifically, Alane, which we mentioned earlier. Because what happens in Alane?
Alane, that's the happy feet.
That is the happy feet.
Ankle toes.
It's like
the Marla move.
Yes, I call every time any 3-portal magic stuff, multi-lane stuff starts happening in complexity and there's targets just coming at you from multiple lanes. I'm just in the happiest that I could ever be. I legit have my feet going. I'm jumping up and down. I have the biggest smile on my face every single time.
To listen to you experience this Alane for the first time, which I was blown away too. I don't want anybody to think that I was just over here like, okay, this is whatever. It was amazing. But to hear Marla experience Alane was the same as Marla hearing me experience 7 Deadly Sins in the St. Patrick's Day workout.
Yeah.
So it was just so really cool to hear you be that excited. Like you were like, I can't even talk right now.
I wanted to quit the workout and start again. Like I didn't even want to finish the rest to know what was happening next. I wanted to quit and go right back to Alane. So when we were given a quick hit, it was like my birthday that day. I remember being so excited that they put Alane as the first song because it is so pivotal in the history of prose only workouts. Before that, there were no multi-lane things.
Right.
And so this opened a whole new world for prose only workouts, which have started trickling into the other intensities. But for prose only land, as I like to call it, this is huge. This is huge. This started a whole new era, a whole new age of what prose only can be. Yeah. It's really neat to think about, especially if you go back and play the very first and compare it to freaking Bring Down the House, man. Bring Down the House is still a favorite of mine, always and forever. I'm telling you. So
good. Mine too. And that last song, Source, I think that one was the hardest one for me to figure out.
Yeah.
And I have gotten 100% a few times on this workout, but that's not what we're focusing on today. But anyway, that one for me was the most mentally challenging, but I still had fun in it. Like I still wanted to go back and do that one over. So I kind of wish that Source was in the quick hit. But
same. Alane and Source would be my
too.
Yeah.
You know, I love Unstoppable too. So I'm just so thankful Alane is in there.
There are some hits in Source that do not appear in any other workout.
Very true.
So it's unique in that sense. So to have it in a quick hit would be really cool.
Would be cool.
My opinion.
We already got our chance. So
we did.
They can make new quick hits, make a new, like a quick hit 2 for Bring Down the House.
Well, there's only 5 quick hits. There's 21 prose only flows. Yeah. So in my mind, you could go and make lots of quick hits. It would pacify some of us who want prose only every week. They
would have to get creative, obviously, but hey, I'm game.
Right. I mean, there's lots of songs in the pros onlys that could be made, that could be taken in, but we don't know about licensing. I'm sure there's some sort of weird rules. I don't know how that works, but if they could, I'd like to think if they could give us more pros only quick hits, it would be done deal. We would already have them. So after Bring Down the House, we were gifted just not even a month later. It was exactly like short 2 days of a month.
Yeah. Spoiled.
So we were not expecting it.
Spoiled.
Not In This Alone, which was just so good. So different for the time.
Yes.
Man, we've played that workout so many times. And it's funny because if we play Bring Down the House, we automatically want to go play Not In This Alone. Or if we go play Not In This Alone, I'm like, let's go play Bring Down the House.
It's like those two workouts are almost like married to each other.
I agree.
And they just go hand in hand.
They really do.
You could just smash it all together into a
And make us a monster.
sandwich.
Make us a monster and put this together.
So good. Why we can make our own and do that, but
we can.
But we want Supernatural to just do it for us. Just stick it all in there together. The first two songs are like very lower body center.
Yes,
like.
for
There's a lot
sure.
of squatting and side to side, and
In fact, I miss triangles in the second song of that workout so often. It's the only time I miss anything nowadays in a pros only is the triangles. I need to go through triangle training, apparently.
triangle training for Marla.
Yes.
You can document it for the
Yes.
for the
Gosh.
podcast.
Oh, man.
We
Here we
do
go.
need to explain that one day.
Yeah.
Triangle training.
We will.
I am shaking my whole place. They're gonna think I've got an earthquake going on. I'm so
Oh, no.
excited. Marla.
Careful.
Pros only. I know. Well, I'm leaning with my phone because we're referencing today, and all my excitement is probably going to be in my video today. So if I'm shaking all over.
Going to Not In This Alone. For me, the later 3 songs in that workout are my favorite. So you've got Solo, right? Yeah, Solo. You have Daisies.
Daisy's Solo, and then Alone.
Alone.
Mm-hmm,
And each one of those has some cool moves. But like for me, Daisies are the cross body ones inside the triangles, and you go over and over again. I love that. And the movement of the triangles, how it gets you to move. But dude, it's Alone for me. The very last song gets me in my feels. It has 3 portal magic. It has very flowy hits where you can relax and hold your arm up waiting for the next target. Oh man, it's got everything I want in a map.
There's a lot of drama. I mean, this
Yes.
song is such a good song, and it has a lot of bass in it, and I live for some bass, but the drama in that last song, I think that the Alone was Solo was very popular because when you spin around, not the last song but the song before, it had a really slow sequence, but so many targets were coming at you from so many different places.
Yes.
That a lot of people were like, and Dwana tells you, like, turn off your brain.
Yep.
And just, and at that part, that is one of the parts in a pros that I look at the white target and I'm like, okay, focus on the white target. But that, I love the part where we spin around to the back and there's all of the slow targets, but they're so, it's the complexity of all that we see in that workout is so good.
It is a really, really great workout. And then we were gifted not even a month later, exactly 1 month later, to my all-time favorite workout. We all know because I talk about
favorite.
it.
Yeah.
Yes, it's my all-time favorite workout. I have a huge connection to this workout.
You do.
In my mind, this is the workout of all workouts. Yes, there are workouts that have come out since then that are a better choreography. Okay. I will admit that. But this is my workout.
This one has so much meaning to you.
It does. And it is Return to the Madhouse.
You've spent a lot of time with this workout, Marla. You've spent a lot of time. You could probably do this workout with your eyes closed.
Yes.
Because I mean, you're like almost up to 100 plays. On
Yes,
this, right?
I'm almost up to 100 plays, short maybe 10 or 15 of that. I will get this one. This will be my Madhouse that I get to 100 first. I spent a lot of time in her. She is a her. The Madhouses are hers in my brain.
hers.
I don't know what the real people are like. What? Why are you? Giving this workout an identity. It has an identity. That's how much time I've spent in there.
Yeah.
It was the first pros only to have knee strikes. Only 2 songs have knee strikes, but they feel perfectly intuitive.
They're some of my favorites. I say the psychosocial knee strikes
Yes.
are some of my favorite knee
They
strikes.
absolutely are. And again, we're not going to spend a whole lot of time here.
I know.
I just want to touch on the fact that, we are still in Enlightenment age, in my mind, when it comes to pros only workouts. The ground was built. Now it's time to innovate. And return to the Madhouse is the definition of innovate. You've got insane, which takes 3 portal magic, even to the next level, way to the next level. Insane is so beautiful, so moving, intense, complex. It's got everything you would ever want. Then after that,
All of them have
they
that,
do.
that
They do.
drama in them.
They do.
But the last 2 songs, I always joke, it's like, you're like, by Insane, you're like, okay, I got this.
Right.
And then it's like, finish them.
It is, because when sudden death comes on,
Yeah.
and the drama at the beginning of sudden, because you're like, okay, this isn't bad. We got this. We got this. And then you smack down that first joy ball and you're like, all right, I got it. I'm going to do it. And then just suddenly targets are coming out of every portal in front of you, and drum roll. Oh, I love sudden death.
Sudden death is good, and it was at that time the hardest.
It was.
It was the hardest thing we'd ever encountered. Mind-blowingly for me, but
sure.
psychosocial, because of the length of the song and how hard I go in psychosocial, is other than I don't know, one of the songs in the first Madhouses, but I can't. Black metal. Made me feel like I was going to be sick, but psychosocial, I go hard in that song, and by the end of it, I have to like pause and take a couple of breaths because I almost have to make myself sick in that one. But sudden death, I don't. Sudden death is like a rhythmic. Oh, we can talk so much about this. There's just knowing the music, the songs, the beat. It's just a rhythmic dance of, I don't know.
It's like a moving meditation.
It is. It is. So, man, we could talk about that.
We really could, but we'll save that for another episode. So after that one, we got so many pros onlys in 23.
We did.
Man, we got so many pros. We were so spoiled. Okay. So then we move on to June of 2023, right? I just realized Pros Only JK Pop was released on my daughter's birthday.
Oh, that's funny. You didn't realize that till now.
I guess I didn't realize that till now. I mean, I knew that day, obviously. But yeah, that's on her birthday. Anyway, this one is so fun. This one, I believe, is so different. Yeah, so different. And I debated starting this in its own new age, because I thought things were different now. Things were starting to change into more fun. However, I kept it in Enlightenment age because we're still innovating. We're still moving forward. We're still changing. And JK Pop did that. That was so fun. First of all, you've got, okay, we're going to butcher this. So everyone, all you Blackpink fans, don't come for us. But see, I can't even.
That's how I say it.
Whatever.
The
That
song.
That song. On first glance, when you first start playing it, you're like, this is not intense. Like, are we in a pros only? It's got some complexity, but the complexity really starts in the triangle movement. Okay? if you're doing this workout and you're moving with the triangles, doing the lunges, doing the body rolls, doing the 2 steps, doing the squats, you are going to max out your heart rate. And this comes before you're even hitting any targets.
For sure.
But the targets, this was the first of the pros only where I felt like I was doing a dance. And in fact, Jessa posted a video that day with no gameplay, with her just imposed on the music video when you're like, hold on a second, hold on. Are they
just moving with them?
Did the choreographer make this according to the dance? Because they really did. I believe they did. They had to have. When you see Jessa's video, and then if you go watch the music video for that song, dude, it's so cool.
Marla,
so
you know
cool.
what's funny about that first song? There's black pink joy balls.
There are.
Twice. Wait,
Twice.
is it twice or is it more?
Yes. So I think this was when you started really paying attention to the intention of the joy balls, and if it went somewhere with the song or the lyrics, or because that happens often. But if you're not like super paying attention to it, I could see how it just like, oh, I didn't know
6
that.
months later, oh,
Julia had a light bulb moment. It was great. I was like, yeah, Julie, yeah. I tried really hard not to
Y'all
make
can
you feel
say,
bad.
Bless my heart. You can say it. I just wasn't paying attention. I was having a good time. I wasn't paying attention.
So the next on the list, and this one was just like 2 months later. Wow, we are so spoiled in 2023.
Yeah.
Pros only, go big or go home. Now, this is the one that has Freebird.
Yeah.
And this Freebird is different than the Freebird in the high flow that had come out months prior. This workout takes all of the moves that started at the beginning of the Enlightenment age. 3-Portal Magic, you know, the multi-lane work, the complexity of drum rolls. It takes all of that plus the movement of the triangles. It starts to merge it into one pros only workout. Is it as intense as a Madhouse? No, but we've already established Madhouses are in their own pros plus level.
Yes.
But when it comes to pros only, man, this workout, it tests your endurance. It tests complexity. It also has moments of a lot of density, right?
Yes, it does.
It's everything you could want in a pros only workout. In fact, now I want to go do that workout because it's been a minute since I've done it.
It's been a while. For me, I remember the second song. I wish I had the songs in front of me. But I didn't know that song. But when I worked out with you, I was like, I don't know this song, but something about the choreography made me feel like I knew the song.
I remember
went so
that
well with
you saying like, I don't know this song, but I feel like I know this song.
Yeah.
And I thought that was very interesting when you said that, because I was like, yeah, like, I mean, I know the song that all of the songs on that playlist is music I grew up with my dad. So this workout gives me a lot of feels because I think of my dad when I'm doing it. And it makes me naturally want to sing along and get into it because I think of my dad. So, but this workout, wow.
And I remember that because you were singing the song, and I'm like, Marla, how do you know this song? I don't know this song.
But I felt like the very first song, and we have a community side by side with this. I was going to say, I think this is the first pros only, but it's not. We did the first community pros only that we did was Gangnam Style.
Gangnam Style.
Yeah. I believe. Okay.
And
So
it was
anyway,
our first. Yeah, we didn't mention it because I do want to make sure we give it the light because I do want to put it up on the screen. We did our first side by side comparison to a medium flow and a pros only flow of Gangnam Style. So
and
it was really
cool.
to see that. Well, that is something close to my heart.
Yes.
The comparisons because I love comparisons. So we did that the first time as a as a
As a big
community. So
group.
that-
Yeah.
yeah, it was really cool to put together. But anyway, moving on to, we did the first song in this prose only.
And what I
also.
love about the first song is it just comes right out the gate. Hey, we're going to go complex. We're going to go hard. It's going to be a short song. This is going to set the tone for the rest of the workout. And I absolutely loved it. I can't tell you how many times I go into that and just play around the bend because it's so fun. The complexity in it. If you need to like warm up your brain and your body to go into workouts that have a lot more complexity, like the one we're going to talk about in a minute. The first song in Go Big or Go Home is great for that. This is a great, I know you're like, Marla, you're insane. This is a great prose only warm up. And I mean for like prose only plus workouts.
Yeah.
Which would be, the next workout we're going to talk about in line. Which is what?
Oh, my favorite. This
Dun,
one
dun,
is
dun.
my
Drum
favorite
roll,
workout.
please.
Madhouse Monster, which you want to rename the Madhouse Monster. It is sadly the last Madhouse in the series, but again, we will get to that in another episode.
It deserves
this workout,
the title of the Madhouse Monster.
You look at it, by now, you know what a madhouse is.
Yes.
If you've been around Supernatural long enough. I mean, if you stumble across this and you do this in your first week, I am so sorry.
Oh man, could you imagine?
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh man, could you imagine?
Some people
Wow.
crave this, but this workout, this one, Marla and I do them all together for the first time. We had to wait on this one, and I think we've told this story, and we'll tell it more. But we waited almost a week to play this together. This workout, and we have the skip feature now. I can't skip any of these.
There's
songs.
not. There's not.
I will not partial this workout. I've played it, I believe, 15 or so plus times as a favorite. It goes by so fast. You see 44 minutes and you're like, no, not today. It's good to play alone. It goes by fast alone. It goes by even faster in a party. Yeah. It has so many amazing moments. Every single song has something in it that just...
Well, and it's also, since it's the last, it has so many amazing tie-ins to all of the madhouses before it. Very true. Fun fact, no one in the community that I know of yet, and I stalk the page. The page is trying to find them. Has gotten 100% accuracy on the Madhouse Monster. Monster. If that's on your radar, I have this weird psychological thing where I'm not really trying to get 100% accuracy on the monster because it's the last one and it sounds so final and it makes me sad.
It's final for you.
Yeah. And
you're savoring it.
I am savoring it. It will, if it happens eventually one day, amazing. I will pat myself on the back, but I'm not going to go psycho for it like I did all the other ones.
Go searching for it. It'll happen one day in just this random, like my return did, and, speaking on training, because you've got to train to do this one, I'm sorry. But if you go just into it and you do it, good for you. But we had
your face. You're like, no.
Yeah, we did return a lot for a competition. Like we were doing that one like twice a week. It felt like training helps because by the end of that week, I was down to missing one target at the end, which is infuriating. I had already gotten my 100, but still getting 100 on return. I know we went backwards to return. Anyway, Madhouse Monster, 100% on that. Oh. I cried when I got 100% on return. So did you.
Yeah.
But Madhouse Monster, I would probably collapse to the floor.
Oh, you would have to. It would take everything mentally and physically out of you. Yeah. And madhouses were never made for crazy people to go and try and get 100% accuracies or diamonds on power scores. It's meant to be a super challenge. And for me... that's why I had to, that's why I got focused on trying to get 100% accuracy on it,
Yeah.
I was in a lull and feeling unchallenged and unmotivated, and this got me in the headset and it gave me the push I needed to push myself.
Right.
And now, again, these were never made to do that. But, here we are. We have done it. So give us harder things. Give us harder ones, please.
Oh, I have gotten 100 on every song but 2.
Yeah.
So, not consecutively, obviously.
Yeah.
But,
But the monster, I won't even name her so we don't have to say it, but the monster deserves a special place in history. It deserves a special place in my heart.
Yes.
It is the final of that series.
Yeah.
The positive to it is, and I can hope it will open up an opportunity for new series down the road.
Yes.
That's equally as hard, but different
Yep.
genre of music. Give me an EDM one, a rap one. I'm there. I'll be honest. I'll be there for any prose only because this is what my brain and body crave the most. I would personally still consider the monster a part of the Enlightenment age. I could be wrong.
Okay.
Maybe other members of the community, after they go and do a deep dive and start thinking about it the way that I think about it, maybe they'll say it's different. I still consider the Madhouse monster in the Enlightenment age because they're still innovating.
Yeah.
They're still creating. It has laid some new foundational work for like the next prose only that came out. That's a prose only. It's a hidden prose only is what I'm going to call it.
Hidden prose only.
It is because it
It
doesn't
is a
say
hidden-
prose only in the title, but if
Yep,
you
you're
read the
right.
description,
Ooh,
it is
so
there.
So many people have
So many
gotten,
people.
pranked by this workout.
Yes, no joke. Metallica Artist Series High,
love
which is a prose only if you read the fine prints. So many people have gotten
This
pranked
one's
by
in my
this.
top 5.
I know it is. You, during our bracket, when if possibility that Metallica Artist Series High went up against Return to the Madhouse, you were going to pick Metallica. I know it. And I get it. It has great choreo. There is an epic, how many we've counted it? I think it was 9 times
9.
during the very last song where 5 portals open up in front of you and targets are coming out of all 5 portals. It's
5
5
portals.
portal magic. Do-do-do-do, like
9
magic things
times.
everywhere. Yes, 9 times. Yes, we've counted it in a party. Man, but
Such a journey takes you on.
it's such a journey without Bring Down the House. That wouldn't have been possible.
It's very true. That's very true. Because the first time we got the 3 portals, and the first time we got the 5 portals, which was in Freebird.
It was in Freebird. It was a very, very dramatic moment. It happened for a moment.
screamed.
We did scream. It happens for a moment. But our target's coming out of all 5 of them at once and
I guess
crossing.
we gotta go play it. It's
We
been
do.
a while since I've
It
played.
has been a while since we played that one. Because when I was doing research for this, I'm like, I've played all the new prose only so many times. I don't need a refresher on those. I just need to go back to the old ones. But now look, yeah, I want to go play this one. This one's getting bumped up in our list for this week for sure. Metallica though. Wow.
Metallica.
The
There's
complexity.
so much in Metallica. I feel like Metallica's songs, I'm not going to say they don't flow as well, but there's something different in each one that's like each one I could definitely compartmentalize.
Mm-hmm.
Where the Madhouse Monster, I feel like all is cohesive and it builds. I don't know if this is making sense, but Metallica, like each song is just so vastly different.
It's
from
its
the
own
other.
journey. It's its own like mini workout within a workout almost. Because I get that vibe. I'm not a Metallica fan. Don't come at me, Metallica lovers.
Well, I'm not either.
And this
the choreography is it just
and this is why I feel like you and I are different than the majority of supernatural users, because if the choreography is good, we will play, we will adapt to music that we don't enjoy. Back when I first started this journey, I couldn't have said that. I was only in it for the music. I was only in
I
it.
would agree with that. Yeah.
You know,
I would agree with that.
I liked the movements. Some movements I liked more than others, but I never really introspected or thought about why I liked some workouts more than others. It wasn't until much later on in my journey, until, you know, you and I started working out, we started talking about some of these things just candidly during workouts. Wouldn't be the whole workout, but we would just mention it. And it was like, oh, we kind of fed off of each other in learning about choreography and paying attention to it, which is so fun. So fun for us.
There were moves that we definitely liked and knew we liked.
For sure.
But to put it kind of just to put it all together, when we were together, we fed off each other all the time.
100%. And there's a podcast now.
Here we are.
But Metallica is a perfect example of how we are willing to look past the music for the movement, for the innovation, for what our bodies and our brains can do.
Right.
I would never have thought. Never thought I would like Metallica.
A month later. Exactly a month later. Yep. I didn't even realize it was exactly a month later.
We go into a whole new age, the space age. I consider it the space age. And what workout is it?
Fusion Fiesta. This one.
Oh, man.
With the skull head and the... We have talked about this in depth on another episode, but this workout,
man, this is unlike any of the workouts before it. And that's why I believe it starts a whole new age for choreography.
I agree.
Because
it's the most danciest of dance.
It is. The movement.
Movement.
Listen,
the
if you took out all the targets and only had those triangles, that would still be a high intensity workout. It would still be fun.
Yeah.
The complexity of those triangles, you are doing dance moves. You can't tell me different. You were dancing.
This one was so hard for me. I don't think I've gotten out of a pros, even a Madhouse, and was gasping the way I was out of this workout.
Yeah.
I was like, am I okay? Should we have trained for this in some type of way? Like, what just happened to us? Like, we were both, we are in great physical shape. We have great
We had to sit down. We wanted to go right back into it, but we needed a minute to catch our breath. Didn't we pause after almost every single song?
Every single song.
Because we were so into it. We were so into it. So into it. And it was, man, our head sprung lassos repeated over and over again.
With the leg lift?
I have been dreaming of leg lifts with targets. Your brain broke. You're like, Marla, how are you doing this? What are we doing? That first play, I was like, I don't know, but I've been dreaming about this moment my whole life. Like, we're here. We're here. The complexity of the fast feet with the targets, the range of motion targets outside of the triangles. Oh, man. This is the new era of pros only. I feel like we're going to start seeing more intensity and movement. Now, my dream is for Supernatural to figure out a way to get us to move forward and backwards with the triangles, not just side to side. I know that I do that already intuitively. I just make my own stuff up and go forward and backwards and side to side. But I dream of seeing how Supernatural could incorporate that into choreography. And I don't have an answer. I don't have a suggestion. That's not my wheelhouse. Like, how can you visually, how can you visually represent this with triangles and movement go forward? I don't know, y'all. That's for you.
That's on you.
But I feel like, but I feel like Fusion Fiesta opens the door to some really new, cool movement in our future when it comes to pros only.
Oh, yeah.
I hope.
I hope so too, because
because
it
we're
has to be
ready.
that right. It has to be the right music, to
Yeah.
make you dance. But it is always very interesting. And I just realized I don't really think about the next one.
I
I
don't.
don't. I
Yeah.
really don't, because I guess we have no clue. I mean, you could dream
Yeah.
about what could be next, but
Well, I have
I
dreams
I
about choreography all the time.
that's very true. That's very true. You have some vivid dreams. You're
I
like,
really do.
I'm going to hit this target and I'm going to push you off the edge. How should I do it?
Yes, yes, I have sent a few voice messages from time to time about my vivid choreography dreams, and I
Oh
have
my.
pushed a few people off the ledge in a
Yeah.
workout. Wow.
Well, I guess we didn't have a good day yesterday, did we?
Oh man.
Oh man,
Oh no.
that's great.
But
'Cause
yes, the future. I do
dreams
give it a
of
little bit
yeah.
of thought about the future.
Mhm.
But I'll
I mean,
tell
I'm sure
you,
we have hopes and dreams of what we want, but
but the thing is, our hopes and dreams, what we're given late, through these ages that we've been talking about since Welcome to the Madhouse. That's the start of like total innovation for prose only
Yeah.
in my mind. I could never have dreamed up all the things that we've gotten already. So in my mind, what I dream up, we get given even better,
yeah. Yeah.
So wow, I can't imagine.
There's some of the older prose workouts that I think it would be cool for them to go and remap. Like In for the Kill, that's one of my favorites. It would be interesting. And I love the choreography
Yeah.
in that, but it's more of a high intensity level. And so I would love to see
A prose
like
version.
like keep some of the stuff I like in it. Give me a call. I'll tell you what I like. But, I would love to see a 2.0 of some of the older ones.
Well, that's interesting because I was thinking for a second. I was like, "Oh, I would love that," but at the same time, I don't want to see those older ones
Yeah.
altered. So when you say
Yeah.
2.0, I agree with
Yeah.
that. Like leave the old versions in there because that's a part of history. That's part of supernatural. It's part of our
Don't change
experience.
the old ones.
Don't
No.
change. No, I know we talk about, okay, that's Bronze Age court, but it's never meant to be negative.
It
This
has
is
its
where,
place
yeah, it's
in
the
the journey.
foundation. I still want it in the library. I still want to be able to go
Yeah.
revisit it.
Yeah.
So I want to
Yeah.
make that clear as not to offend anyone.
Anyone. Yeah.
But having a 2.0 series, like
I would love
Prose
it for
Only
anything, not
Party
just prose.
2.0, that would be so cool to see.
It would be so
Centipede, I want to see Centipede made in a prose only. I have dreams about
Yeah.
Centipede made in a prose
We
only.
have a
though.
bunch of songs we want in a prose only, but I
Yeah.
would love to see a 2.0 of a lot of my favorite, even high intensities.
Yeah.
With some of the newer, more evolved mapping in it.
There's so
And
many
not that they're
songs.
bad now, but it's like, what could it be? What could it be? What more could be done to this to make it even more? I love it now. How could I love it more? Make
Right.
me just to experience. But yeah, and it's the comparison loving
It is.
part in
That
me
is
that
exactly
wants
what it
to
is.
make it a comparison video
Yes.
of the old versus new. And I do have a lot of those, but yeah. Well, we made it through all of them.
We did, and we didn't get too hyperfixated on the
Just a
houses.
little. I mean, just a little.
But that goes to show, obviously, the Madhouses are pivotal in the prose only progression, the
are.
journey, the ages. I feel like without the Madhouses, we wouldn't have seen the innovation that we have
Yeah.
in the prose only category. And now that, part of me is really nervous now that the Madhouse is over with the Madhouse Monster.
That's
how
true. Like, what's next?
what's next? Yeah. Because for so long, that was, for me, in my mind, the standard. You can't beat this when it comes to choreography. I know a lot of people are like, oh, those Madhouses are just too crazy and intense. You guys are insane. But that's what we want, the insane. We've been doing this a long time. We work out in Supernatural daily. We do all intensity levels. But there's something so special about prose only flows.
Yeah.
And Maybe we're just a small minority of people who like them.
We might be.
Well, we appreciate you
Yeah, we do.
for
And
making them.
we're so glad that they're fun.
Yes.
That they aren't, you know,
A
again,
chore,
we're
a
not
workout.
trying to be negative.
Yeah.
But they are fun now, where before they were, yeah, kind of a chore. Like, you're going to get in and you're going to work hard. And I think our takeaways from this is just, like you said, what this episode is about, looking at the evolution of where we were. That's important, where it all started and where we are now. And I mean, even if you look at that first pros only, it's a great workout.
Yeah.
It's an awesome pros only. It's fun.
It really
I've
is.
gone back and done it many times.
Yep.
And just to see the angles and the, you know, some of it's kind of choppy, but some of it's kind of flowy. It's just so much in there. There's a lot of good things in there. Another takeaway, like, so glad things are more fun, starting to see more dancey, complex things. But some of the biggest takeaways for me is label. We need a label for pros only.
We
need
do.
a new label for insane. Can we just have an insane label for
Right.
the crazy people like
Right.
us?
Yes.
And give us more quick hits.
Yes.
Please give us
Please.
more quick hits.
Please
Pros
give
only
us
quick
more
hits.
pros only quick hits. It would be very nice. I accept that not everyone wants pros only. I'm okay with that.
But a quick hit would be a great gateway.
Yes, it would be, because it allows people to move up. And if you look at the pros only quick hits, we'll pop it up here on the screen. There's only 5 of them. There are
When you
2.
told me 5, I was shocked.
Well, listen, and they're all, you know, 2 of them are from 2021. 2 of them are from 2022. We got 1 in 2023.
Only one.
And so you've got to think, all of those are old school choreography. So when people are looking to level up from highs to pros and they want to go to a quick hit, they're not really getting what a pros only is today, except for the one made from Bring Down the House that has Alane and what is it, Unstoppable. You get a taste for what you're going to get in a newer pros only now, but
Right.
yeah, I mean, isn't the pros only quick hit from the Absolucious all front facing? You don't even turn in that one.
It was the only song you turned in was the last song, and you made one 90-degree turn, I believe it was, and then right back, and it lasted 10 seconds, maybe 20. And that's because there was a lull in the song, and I guess they were like, well, spin them.
Spin them, turn them quick.
But that was it. And yeah, that's not what you would see in a pros only map today.
No.
So that would definitely not be something I would recommend.
No, because
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, it gave me a good ab workout, Marla, because you're squatting doing battle ropes.
so basically, the difference, right? The difference between the older ones and the ones now is you're getting right to work. You're getting right in. You're getting in the headset and getting straight to a workout. And for some people, that's very appealing. So I'm sure there are lots of people who want to get in and do those older ones that are focused that way. You and I, we prefer to go in.
Made somebody's day,
right?
You know, we may have.
I hope we did.
We may have been like, wait, where is this workout?
Right,
you know?
exactly.
Go find it, do it if that's what you like. We are not throwing shade at you.
No, we are not yucking your yum. All we're saying is, for us personally, the fun aspect plays such an important role in our workout experience.
Yeah, it's
now,
what keeps us coming back.
It is 100% what keeps us coming back.
Yeah.
So, and man, more pros only, please.
More pros only, please.
Yes.
Gotta
So,
find our note.
since this week's episode is all about pros only, Julia had an idea. She's like, what?
Well, I mean, our weekly workout suggestion. We want you guys to compare the pros only debut, the very first one that came out with Leanne, on 4/20/2020.
Yes. Good job.
Go do that. Look, I'm trying to look. I'm like, am I getting old? Do I need bifocals? Where's the date? And then go in and do the newest pros only Fusion Fiesta, so hard to say sometimes, with Leanne. Again, I never even connected that to 2424. And come into our group and our podcast group and tell us what you thought.
Yes, some of the noticeable differences between the two.
Yeah.
Don't have to break down each song or just something that stood out to you where you're like, wow, look at the progression. Look at the difference between these. And with that said, man, the Supernatural team is amazing.
They are amazing.
To do this sort of retrospect of researching the old ones, going through them, enjoying them. Like, we enjoyed all of them. Even the ones where we're like, that was a workout.
Yeah.
The Supernatural team continues to evolve. They try to keep moving us forward in some sort of way, keeping us engaged, having fun, bringing new things to us. And we're forever grateful for that, forever.
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah.
Even 220 workouts.
Exactly. We are two people, though, that would do, if we had a new pros only workout every single day, we would be so happy. But they're
ridiculous.
Man
I'm like,
alive.
Julia, no. She's like, come on, let's just get a whole choreo team specifically for pros only. We would like one once a day, every WOD.
Okay, well, I'll go for once a week.
I would be incredibly happy if we got one once a month. I know I've used the hashtag pros only once a month. I would be happy if we got one every 3 months. Listen, if it was continuous once every 3 months, plus we got a quick hit, it would make, I would be very, very happy. Am I still happy?
It would soften the blow of time.
Right. Am I still happy with my Supernatural experience? I am.
Oh, of course.
We've just listed off tons of great workouts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would I be sad if we didn't get another pros only until the end of the year? I would. I would be very sad.
Definitely.
Yeah.
They're our favorite.
They are.
Our favorite. But yeah, go do those two. See what you see. Tell us what you notice. We are excited to hear what you have to say about the two of those.
And then when you're done, don't forget to rate them. What if they just started getting a whole bunch of new ratings for 2020 workouts and they'll be like, what is happening? So
pros only.
Don't forget to rate them. Look to your left when you're done and your workout card comes up. Do the needful, all the things that apply. Sometimes I hit love and I only love the movements. I did not like the music, like Metallica. And so when I rated that one, I rated loved the movements, loved the coaching, loved the difficulty, and just totally skipped over the music part.
Yeah,
so
Marla's singing the music.
Oh gosh. Could you imagine?
We play it so much, the words to the music.
I do.
You're singing along. Oh, goodness. Well, we've kept our wonderful audience for so long. I hope they're still with us by this point. But we're so glad. We really appreciate you guys taking the time out of your busy day to hang out with us for a little while.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining us. And don't forget, the real joy and love and Supernatural is found in the journey you go on.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us on today's episode of For the Love of the Map. As always, you can join the discussion on our Facebook and Instagram profiles. The links can be found in the description box below. If you find value in our content, we'd appreciate if you'd share this show with your friends. See you guys next week.